Fantastic. Well, we've talked about desserts here in the first 20 minutes of the show, but now we're going to talk about the main event. What are you serving for Thanksgiving or for the Christmas holiday or just for that large party, that gathering that you might be having? Well, I think you're going to want to come closer to your TV so you can take a look at the hickory smoked bone-in spiral sliced ham from Kansas City Steak Company. This ham has been pretty much an institution here on QVC.
It has.
Has this been brought since 1995? I know it was your first year, but has it been brought that long?
A couple years later, about 3 years later, yeah, 3 or 4 years later. So they've been on about almost 15 years.
It's been a long time, and that's why so many people turn to Kansas City Steak Company over and over again.
Yeah.
Because it's become a holiday tradition. This is Greg Shockley, by the way, who brings Kansas City Steak Company to us. Happy early holidays.
You too.
Thank you. So they're saying, wait, the ham is new. Have you changed the ham? No.
No,
The
never.
way that the ham is being crafted and produced to you has not changed. What has changed is your choice of glaze.
That's right.
So you will have the same traditional holiday experience that you look forward to every year, but the glaze. We now have a choice of original honey or the brand new salted caramel, which I just tried before the presentation, and it's not too candied, it's rich and it's deep and it's delicious.
It is
4
good.
easy payments of $18.25 a month, 3 ship dates. You can get it now if you just want to enjoy ham now, because people do enjoy these hams throughout the year, or do the week of November 10th or the week of December 8th, and you can lock that in with the easy pay into auto delivery. But let me ask you about ham, because a lot of people say, ham, take it or leave it.
Yeah.
It's too salty for me, but that's because you're eating like a cold cut ham that you buy from a store.
Right.
Why is this different from that experience?
Well, they just never met the right ham, and now you have. I mean, this is truly kind of a throwback ham. This is the way hams were meant to be back in the day. They got
the Donna Reed ham.
Exactly. Well, it is exactly that. You know, we wanted to put get the best ham that we could get, and just like Kansas City Steak Company, remember our 80-year heritage, that we're known for quality meats, and the ham is no exception here. So we get our hands on the best quality hams that we can. We slow smoke them over real hickory for 24 hours, which is the real key. This is where everyone takes the shortcuts. Hams on the market these days, they'll smoke them for half an hour, bake them the rest of the way, and call them a smoked ham. Well, that's not the way to go. From beginning to end, Sharon, this is cooked over real hickory for 24 hours. And look at this beautiful pink quality that you see in there. And you know, I talk about marbling in our steak products all the time. And what is that? That's the white lines that you see all through our steaks. Same thing with our pork products. That's what melts away in our steaks and the pork products that make them so tender, and that's where all the flavor is, and that's what they're. So we cure these with brown sugar and spices on the outside.
Yes.
Slow smoke them over real hickory for 24 hours.
It's a lot of work.
Spiral cut them all the way down to the bone so that your guests literally can just kind of take pieces off as you like.
Yeah, so this is
don't
a
mind
good
my fingers
buffet
here.
style.
Nobody's going to
That's
eat
okay.
these, but they come right off the bone. And just watch this. I'm going to just demonstrate how tender this is. We're used to kind of rubbery, kind of tough hams. Look at this. I can barely keep this apart. It falls
beautiful.
right off in just the texture and the thickness. These are nice, thick spiral cut pieces right here. Your guests are going to love these. You're going to get 16 to 22 and even more portions out of this.
So really, it's going to be between $3 and $4 a serving.
Right.
I mean, it's incredibly affordable. If you're having a large gathering, a ham is one of the most affordable ways to make a huge statement that's also delicious. Or you might have a smaller gathering, but you might love the leftovers, because this is not a cold cut ham.
No way.
This has nothing to do with the deli style things. So anywhere that you would use that kind of ham, like in a sandwich, or chopped up and put into macaroni and cheese, or substituted in another recipe, you put this into those recipes and sandwiches and ham and eggs in the morning. This makes that dish now a rock star if you want to use the leftovers.
It truly does. I mean, yeah, leftovers, I mean, what the holidays are all about. Yeah, and if you don't have leftovers with the one ham, get 2, because you're going to want to have the leftovers with these. Remember, super easy. This is by far the easiest product that we have in our Kansas City Steak Company collection, because it's already cooked for you. It's thaw and eat. Now, we do give you the warming instructions in the gourmet guide, but you know, I really like to just serve this room temperature. We kind of either warm it and then put it on a platter and let it just kind of come up to room temp.
And then everybody gets to grab all their own pieces, which is great. So it could be as fancy as, yes, I am the hostess and I will serve you. But it could also be, guess what? If you're hungry, go in and grab some of the pieces off the ham. And that makes your holiday a little more relaxed, makes it delightful, and makes it easier because everyone does it their own way. So you get the choice. The ham is going to be the same no matter which flavor you're going for, and the hams are the same hams that we've talked about from years past, but with the glaze. We have the original honey. We also have the brand new salted caramel, which I tried, like I told you, just before the show. It is sweet, but it is salty, but it's not too candied and it's not too sweet. I just think it's richer, deeper, almost a little bit darker than the original honey. So here's my question.
Yeah.
We get the glaze if someone's never done this before.
Yep.
Do we have to put it on top of the ham? Can
No.
we do it on the side? Okay, so how do we do this?
You don't have to do anything. The ham by itself is actually just, it's wonderful. It's perfect. Doesn't need anything. We just give you the glaze, particularly for the people that want to warm their ham. It's just kind of a tradition that you have it glazed.
Some people like it, yeah.
So you put it in the pan for 300 or a 50-degree oven, roasting pan, covered, half an hour. After that,
covered is important. You don't want it to dry out. We're just gently warming it. We're not cooking it.
Right, exactly. And then take it out. If you want to glaze the ham, make the glaze. It's 2 tablespoons of water in a sauce pot. Let it kind of thicken up to about a pancake syrup consistency,
Like
just
this
like
right
that.
here.
So anybody can do this. This is not 2 tablespoons of water, the packet. Let it thicken up for just a second. Put it all over the ham, put it back in the oven for about another 15 minutes, bring up the temperature, and it'll kind of crystallise and caramelize on the outside.
Every piece.
Or, David Venable's family likes to say, they like to do theirs on the side in the gravy boat. So they add a little bit more water so it tends to
Thicken
tighten
up,
up
it
because
won't
the
freeze
sugar.
up.
Yeah. So a little more water, put it in a gravy boat, and people can kind of dip it, do whatever they want with it. But truly one of the best hams. I'll go out and I'll say this is the best ham. It's not salty. That's the first thing that people notice. They notice that it's got a great sweetness, great flavor, but they're like, wow, I'm so used to hams being salty and I just can't handle it. These only have a tiny bit of salt on the outside for the curing process. The salty hams are the ones that are adding liquid chemicals and flavorings and liquid smoke
That
to
aren't
kind of
taking the
fake the
time,
product.
that
Right.
faking it.
That's where all those chemicals and all the salt comes from. And water. Water is typically added. They have to add lots of salt to retain that water. Some hams, believe it or not, on the market have 20, 30, even 40%. Can you imagine having like 40% of your ham be filled with water?
It's ridiculous.
0 water added in our hams.
This is the true old-fashioned way. I'll remind you, too, that over 600 of these have now been spoken for. This is the first of 2 hot
Ooh,
picks
look at
that we
that.
have for you in the show because this is the center of the plate. This is the main event. This is what people are looking forward to when they come over to your house again and again, which is why this has been a tradition for many QVC viewers throughout the years. So here's the other thing I wanted to let you know about, too. Not only do we have the 4 easy payments, you can have it delivered now, which I think is great. We've got the November 10th ship date. We've got the December 8th ship date, but we're doing one immediately because some people just love to have good ham all throughout the course of the year.
Yeah.
You can actually lock it into auto delivery, so you get your first shipment either now, November, or December, and then your second shipment is just on time for Easter in the beginning of April. So that way you have a chance to know that this is going to be taking care of another major holiday for you and your family. Did you want to try some, Amy?
Come on, Amy.
I heard your pretty pink shoes coming down the line.
Well,
Come
these
on.
pretty pink shoes
There's a
need some
fork right-
protein, sir.
Fork right there for you.
Yeah, we've
Thank
had sweets
you.
in the beginning of the show. We need some protein.
Yes, we do.
And Amy, do you probably entertain for the holidays?
This is
And
delicious.
we all know
Smoky. I like
Isn't
it.
it good?
Smoky and sweet.
our holidays can be stressful. We
Yes.
want to have family over. Maybe you're entertaining for the first time. Just got married and you have in-laws or something coming in, and you want it to just turn out perfect. This is going to be perfect. You don't have to do anything. And look, it naturally folds down like this.
Fans
It
out.
fans
Amy
down.
noticed that before the
I
show
did.
over there. She
Right.
was like, "Woo, look at that."
See, I didn't do anything fancy, any fancy chef stuff or anything. It does that automatically.
Right.
It's a beautiful, gorgeous ham. Remember, this is a fully smoked ham. Already done. You don't even need to warm this. Let it come up to room temperature for a couple hours. Put it on a platter. We have some nice herbs right here. Simple, super easy. Remember, 2 tablespoons of water to the glaze packet, and you're done. You have the
perfect.
perfect, beautiful center of the plate for your holiday, whether it's your Thanksgiving, whether it's your Christmas, whether it's for your friends, whether it's for a tailgate. And you said,
Tailgate.
why not
You
get it
can't get it
now?
now?
This
Yeah,
is going
right.
to
I'm
feed a
taking
bunch
this
of guys.
with me. It's
Cool.
absolutely delicious. And can I tell you,
Yeah, she's
this one
stealing extra
pleases the
pieces.
men too, because I'm a woman and I like sometimes like a sweeter ham, but my husband doesn't like that. He wants a nice balanced meal, and this is that taste that will get everybody happy.
I love that. I
Okay,
love
thank you.
that. Enjoy the ham,
Let me
my
go
dear.
over-
I'm
can I
actually
go over the
gonna take
glazes
this.
real quick? I know
Yes,
we
go over
mentioned
them, and then
them,
we're going to say hello to
But
Marilyn.
let me tell you the difference. We have the honey glaze, which is our tradition. So this is kind of the traditional, our honey glaze that you might, you've heard about for years and years and years. That's kind of the real tradition. It's just that sweet, savory flavor. It kind of really goes well with the savory ham. Then, salted caramel has become really popular over the years, really for desserts and different things. And so we just said, you know what, let's make our own. So this almost has like a caramely, real deep caramel flavor.
It's deep and it's
then
rich.
at the end, you just get a little bit of that saltiness. So who doesn't love that sweet, salty, you talk about sweet popcorn or something like that. That's what you get, and you just glaze the outside. Remember, the outside's just kind of crystallizing. You get that great smokiness of the ham. So all those flavors just meld together, and it is the perfect
These
flavor.
flavors both go so beautifully
Yep.
with the ham, and when you take that first bite and you realize that it's moist and it's tender and it naturally has that smoky flavor to it, you probably, unless you've tried something from Kansas City, you've probably never tried a real smoked ham.
No.
Because we all get what we see at the store, and what we see at the store is not this. So here's one last thing I wanted to ask you, Greg, if I
Yeah.
could. Okay, so this is a bone-in ham.
It is.
When we prepare this, first of all, the first thing we need to do is thaw it out, correct?
Yep, give it 2 days in your refrigerator.
2 days. Makes
Yeah.
This is a large ham.
see,
It
look.
feeds between 18 and 22 people. Give it a good couple days in the refrigerator to thaw.
Right, and it comes just like this, vacuum sealed, so it's nice and compact. The glaze packet will come separately. So yeah, you can see this one's kind of already thawing out. It's just kind of the ice dripping off there. But give this 2 days in your refrigerator to thaw out. And remember the cooking, I'm sorry, not the cooking, the warming instructions. Don't cook this, warm it. The warming instructions come with you in the gourmet guide if you choose
Delicious.
to do so.
Delicious for the leftovers.
Yeah.
We got asparagus and vegetables like for a dinner.
Sandwich.
But if you the sandwiches, I have actually a German noodle recipe called Spätzle, and when you substitute instead of like cold cut ham,
Love Spätzle.
this in there, that flavor is so big and rich and deep, and then you've got garlic and you've got cream and you've got onions and Emmentaler cheese. It's awesome.
And we try grilling them. They give it a whole different flavor profile if you try them on the grill. So we just did this kind of on a flat top grill.
Hey, look, it's a fried egg.
And a
I
fried
know you
egg.
like fried eggs in your family.
Yeah, we do. I know, that's a running joke. We love
It
fried
is
eggs.
now for me. Now it's a running joke, and I will always mention it if I see it. Okay, but my one last question
Yeah.
is bone-in ham.
Yep.
If someone's going, all right, well, I took all the pieces off, and now I have the bone left from the ham. Like, can I do anything with that?
Yeah, definitely. If you love to cook, you really know what to do with the ham bone right here. So it's great for soups, great for stocks. You kind of put it in there. It helps fortify anything. So if you're making a pot roast, you can put it into anything.
So even if you don't know how to cook, you just stick it in the pot, and then those flavors sort of infuse.
They
You
really
don't really need to do anything.
Yeah, so you have carrots and celeries and onions left. Put that in there with some water. It'll just kind of come up and make a great split pea soup or something like that. But you can freeze this. A lot of people just, hey, well, I'm not ready to make all that stuff.
leftovers, you mean?
Yeah, I'm going to make it, in January. That's fine. Freeze the leftovers, but if you could take the bone off of here, you can actually put it in an airtight bag, pop it in your freezer, and whenever you're ready to
Love
make
it.
your soups or stews, you pull that out, and you've got great flavor from the ham hock there.
This is a hot pick, the first of 2 hot picks in the show. The reason it's new is because of the choice of glazes that we're giving you today. It is done the same way. It is the same ham
It
that
is.
we've had in years past. So 7 1/4 to 8 1/2 pounds means between 18 and 22 grown-up portions. So if you have kids coming over, that could actually stretch a little bit further. Just know that it's about between $3 and $4 a serving. It's incredibly affordable. Your shipping and handling is included. 4 easy pays. Do it now, November, December. Even think about sending it as a gift with the Bill to Ship To option. Thank you, my dear.
And the
Thank you
leftovers
so
are good
much.
for about a week and a half in your refrigerator.